Baby, it's your boy Prince of Pain, putting on People Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium. It's another beautiful week to be inspired, man. Another week to look forward to new blessings, new opportunities. Another week to give it up for yourselves, man. So make some motherfucking noise. I got my boy Dre in the motherfucking building. Dre is one of Chicago's fine filmmakers. He is my Filmmaker of the Week. So make some motherfucking noise for Dre that's in the motherfucking building, bro. What's up, Dre?
Man, what's up, bro? What's up, man? Glad to be here, man.
Check in one time, man. Tell the people real quick, briefly, man, where you reside, and what is Love City?
I'm born and raised here in the city, Pilsen, North Lawndale area, 18th Street, and Love City basically is just a production company that I started a few years ago, just to kind of connect with all the youngsters in the neighborhood out here, man, just trying to prevent some of all this destruction going on out here. And it's just it started off as a tool for me to connect with these guys, and it turned into something that I didn't expect it to turn into. Like, we're like full-fledged production company. We're doing music videos. We do commercials. I just worked on my first feature film with my homie Bo. And
salute, man. Salute for that.
Yeah. So, that's a little bit about who I am, what I do, what Love City's about.
Is it also, do I want to say, because we're going to get to a whole, your background, right? But are you saying that Love City is not only like a film company, but also like a movement?
For sure, definitely. I'm hoping it has some type of social impact, where I'm actually doing something about all the issues that our city has, that we all love, that we all, Chicago people love the shit out this city. Aside from all the negative stuff that you hear, people here got a lot of pride, a lot of love about where they're from, man. And I'm just, hoping to hopefully make some type of positive impact on this beautiful city that we got here with all the beautiful people in it.
Well, by the name and the brand, and showing people how to show love, I understand that you're also involved in other. I mean, there's things that your company won't even involve itself in, if it's anything to do with negativity or even guns and things of that nature in music videos, correct?
For sure. So the people that I've shot with and the people that are familiar with our movement, they know like we don't put no guns in our video, and I just feel a little conflicted about that. I'm out here trying to like work on solutions to like make things better from the gun violence issue. But at the same time, I know artists want to express themselves and artists want to put their vision out. So I kind of meet them halfway, right? Basically, like, you can say whatever you want to say in your music. I'm never gonna stop you from doing that. But I gotta that's kind of like where I draw the line. I can't have no guns in there for multiple reasons, man. Just because the visuals, it kind of goes against what we're trying to do out here. And second of all, like, you can really get jammed up by having that shit on video. There's multiple instances where people got booked off the shit that they're doing in front of the camera. And you've been in the system.
Talk about it.
I just came out the feds, bro, and I just came out shell shocked how cold these people are, man. How they can use anything and turn it into something that it really ain't.
Right.
Like having guns in front of the fucking camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. I know how they can use that against you.
Yes. So, pretty much, you're not trying to let your company and brand get contradicted by doing negative and things that just don't represent what you're really trying to push.
For sure, yeah.
Right.
Like the stuff that we get involved in, we definitely want to give the people a voice, an outlet to get their message out, to get their creativity out more than anything. But like I said, just getting it to a point where we're doing something that's so in my mind, counterproductive. A lot of the times these guys are so young they don't realize it, but you know, we're older. You know, we see things a little different. We done been through some trials and stuff, so we know a little bit better. You know, we don't know everything, but we know we've been around. You know, so yeah, bro, that's kind of like where we stand.
I try to bring you guys here at Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium, positive stories, man, and even shorties who also express themselves in their songs or how they grew up. I help them too, even if it's a little bit, you know, too drastic in their music sometimes, as long as it's packaged right. As long as, you know, it's marketable.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And just let me say this too, right? I'm not knocking nobody that does it.
Right.
You know, I feel you, like, and I told people before, like, it's your vision. It's your creativity. If your vision, there's like a gun in the video, then by all means do it. It's just like we can't be part of that, you know.
Right. Totally.
But there's a lot of like talented videographers out here in the city that are dope as fuck that don't have an issue with that. And I don't knock them either. You know, like I said, this is just my stance. I'm not here trying to be judgmental about what anybody does. You know, they out here making a living, bro. Like, who am I to judge you? You know, like, so God knows the stuff that we used to be involved in for us to be judging anybody.
But my whole message is, if you are making music, if you know, you're into the drill or whatever it is, just make sure, man, that you're doing this shit just in the music. You know what I mean? So you don't get caught up like a lot of these young artists. We've lost over 20, 30 rappers within the last 2 years to the feds or to some of these states. So be a little wiser. You know, you don't have to push guns in videos or drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new day and age, you know. Be more creative, be more original.
Right.
Make a movie, you know what I mean? It's your boy Prince of Pain, man. We got the Filmmaker of the motherfucking week, Dre in the motherfucking house. We are saluting Love City. Make some noise. We're going to be right back with the whole interview right after this little music break. Happy birthday, Big Pun, man. Let's get it, baby. Some that went off for me real quick. Yeah. Okay. That's a classic right there, baby. Classico. Happy birthday, Big Pun. Happy 50th birthday to Big Pun. May his legacy live on forever. Best Boricua to ever motherfucking do it. It's your boy Pop, man. We back on Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium. I got my boy Dre up in here, man, with Love City, Filmmaker of the week, doing big motherfucking things for the city of Chicago, doing big projects. Also a positive peer of his community. Let's start there, bro. Was Dre a positive peer of his community for always?
Nah.
Okay.
Not at all.
So, you had to grow up and mature through the streets of Chicago, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And ended up in prison?
Yep.
Okay. Nice stretch?
Yeah, I did a decade.
A decade. Oof. Anybody, man, who does, I mean, even a week is too much in jail, but if you do 5 years or better, bro, I did 20 myself. So, yeah, I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know, anybody, like I said, anybody who does 5 years or better, you understand, you know, a whole different level of freedom and incarceration, you know? So, let's take you back inside. While you were away, did you learn who really got your back, man, and who really supports you, loves you, and possibly with the regrets of even going to prison and making mistakes that you did?
Yeah, for sure. You get to see real fast, you know, who really cares about you. And it goes back to, like, you know, the old saying, out of sight, out of mind. You know, when you're not around, people just naturally tend not to think about you as much. You know, you're not around. Even like your family, bro, like, and I was never bitter about the shit. I was never, you know, there's a lot of people in there mad as hell, like, man, these people owe me, I did this. You know.
Not to interrupt you, but people come out like that too, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I used to tell dudes all the time, like, man, they out there, they got their own issues, bro. Like life is hard, bro. Like they out there struggling themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Life goes on.
Yeah. So I mean, shit. They can't. Nobody can do that time with you but you. You know. So when they do send you a little something, and when they do, don't complain about like it ain't enough or you only come see me once a year. Shit, be happy that they came that one time.
They came, right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? It's a financial burden just to take that trip. Especially like when you're in the feds and they got to travel out of state. So
yeah, I didn't have that lit. My shit was 6 hours tops. Is it easy to, good enough to say that you got educated and matured while you were away?
Most definitely. I figured out who I was, you know, and I learned a lot about myself. Like a lot of the bad things about myself. A lot of the fucked up shit that I used to do that I never really used to reflect on. And you know, all you got in there is time to reflect on shit. And you know, it kind of like dawned on me like how fucked up some of the shit I was doing back in the day was, you know, like.
While you were in prison.
Right.
Reflecting on the mistakes.
While I was in prison, yeah, reflecting on who I was before I went to prison, you know. Selfish, all about me, you know, get it however I needed to get it. Didn't matter what I heard, what I had to destroy or whatever. You know, it was just about what I wanted, my goals, and that was it. Like I was so like narrow-minded, you know, and it ended up like biting me in the ass in the long run. So I learned a lot.
Okay, so let's fast forward, right? You go away for 10 years, right? You come home. Naturally, I want to say your culture shock maybe a little bit after doing 10 years away from society. Technology shock, maybe.
For sure. I mean, you know, you've been through it. You've been even longer than me, so.
Well, I want them to know your story.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So, shit. Like when before I left, smartphones weren't even around yet. So
I left in the beeper era. So no, go ahead.
To come back home and the first time.
Give it to him, bro. Tell him what it's like, my brother.
Like I'm driving to the halfway house and I see somebody at the elote, man, do this with a phone. That shit fucked me up. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, why are they taking a picture of themselves buying a fucking corn? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, back in the day, the camera was like, hey, we're gonna take pictures. Everybody's gonna get dressed up, like whatever, right? And so that was like, that shit kind of threw me off. Like, oh shit, this is like a whole nother planet. You know, it's different now. The social media shit. I didn't realize how long I was gone. Like, it didn't really hit me.
Wow.
Till I got on Facebook and I seen, you know, kids that were like 7 years old. Like, they're young men now. They were babies when I left.
Absolutely.
I had friends that, you know, had a full head of hair when I left, and now they're bald. They're all gray, and I was like, "Holy shit! I've been gone for a minute." Like,
wow.
it was a shock, man, and it took me a while to kind of like to deal with that. You know, I figured out what anxiety was. You know, outside, and you know, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I couldn't sleep at night, and I didn't know why. I felt like just nervous all the time, bro, and it seemed like for no reason. You know, again, I didn't know like I was dealing with anxiety, but yeah, it wasn't easy, bro. But thank God, you know, I started getting around some good people, you know, some positive people that kind of like helped me get settled in a little bit.
So you transitioned right into now a new world, a new routine, different opportunities. Of course, a different freedom, because I'm sure at the time you were involved with papers, you know, which means either parole for federal or whatever. You know what I mean? So you were out, but you weren't really out yet, and learning to move around and maneuver in the new world. So you got involved in mentoring, correct?
For sure.
At a youth center or something like that.
Yeah, a community center in Little Village. Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So,
is that the program that did that and violence interruption stuff?
Right. It's similar to like what Ceasefire used to be. It's kind of like the same model, but obviously with the different some new stuff. And you know, they needed somebody to work with the guys that was with the neighborhood I was from. They didn't have nobody at the time that worked those neighborhoods.
And what neighborhood is that again?
Pilsen, North
Pilsen,
Mondale.
right.
Yeah.
So you're fresh out the joint.
Right.
And you are coming to do work in the community as a positive representative to involve yourself with the same youth and gangbangers to maybe possibly prevent violence in the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. Correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that experience? How are these kids looking at you when you know, who is this? Oh, I mean, who is this old head
Right.
thinking he coming to talk to us? So how did you not only like in your head, how am I going to approach this situation, but how did you approach the situation?
It was even, I was second guessing myself about even doing it at first, you know, because it was like when I came home, like the first year, I wasn't trying to come anywhere near the neighborhood.
Right.
And then this opportunity presented itself, and you know, they reached out to me, and I believed in what it was about, right? And I felt like I did have something to share. So when I actually got on the ground, what I didn't do is I didn't come and approach these youngsters like, hey, I'm fucking triple OG, like, you know who the fuck I used to be. Like, y'all need to listen to me.
That wasn't your approach.
No.
The aggressive way was not the way.
No, because I'm already knowing.
Shorty that probably got strapping gang ways. They ain't trying to hear that shit.
Nah.
And yes.
And it's like, my whole thing is like, a lot of the shit you did in the past don't even matter no more. Then it's a whole new world. So what? These guys weren't even around. Like, they don't know you. You know, so I just basically came at them, you know, like, straight up. And I told him, like, look, man, like, there's some resources that are available for this community that I can provide, and I'm trying to build this program, but I can't build it without y'all. You know, y'all got to be willing participants, and you know, if you guys are interested to help me get started, man, like I'll be much appreciative of that, bro. And you know, they felt that, bro. And little by little, you know, we started building a relationship, and next thing you know, bro, we like full-fledged got a movement going over there.
You know what? I salute you. I salute Bo Deal. You know, that has a connection with the youth and, you know, younger, you know, he can talk to the shorties.
Right.
You know, anybody, man. Big D, DJ, Javier, a few, you know, any of the brothers that have done community work, and salute to the youngsters that actually, you know, embrace the older brothers from doing some time and not having nothing in common with them and allowing us to even interact, because some of you guys, believe it or not, give us life. You know what I'm saying? Teach us things that we don't fucking know after 10, 20 years locked up. Right. So, you know, give it up for yourselves, man. Give it up for positivity. I'm going to be right back after this little music break. Stay connected, y'all.
And bullshit, and bitches in the back looking righteous, and I just looking righteous.
And we are back, baby. It's a party of bullshit. That's Biggie Smalls, man. Rest in peace to Biggie Smalls too. Again, happy birthday, Big Pun. Happy 50th anniversary of your life. We're gonna appreciate your life forever.
Yes, sir.
Man, big ups to little Chris Rivers, his son, just dropped a dope freestyle on his dad's track, and that boy is incredibly lyrical. I had the pleasure, man, to do a showcase here in Chicago for Big Pun's birthday 5 years ago. I brought the whole Big Pun family out. I brought Chris, I brought Liza, I brought Star, his sister. They both performed. Cuban Lean, Tony Touch. God bless the Big Pun family. Back to the motherfucking business. We are back right here putting on People Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium. We got my man, Dre, in the building, who's talking to you about the growth and involvement of his life that led him to, or led us to, the topic right now at hand, which was Love City, his film company. So you got involved with the youth. we were talking about right before we went to a music break.
Right.
And you started getting involved with them. What led your vision and eye to becoming, to starting the film company of Love City?
Well, you know, I always wanted to do like something creative, right? Something we didn't talk about earlier is like we actually had a record label before I got locked up. You know, we had Do or Die signed to us. We had distribution through Warner. You know, I always felt like we were part of the culture, the hip hop culture.
Anyway,
even like not as artists, but just as participants.
Oh, right, yeah, no doubt.
Like we feel like, you know, we give the shit that is being talked about in the songs. Like we're part of that, you know. So that was always with me. That never left me. So when I'm doing the youth mentoring stuff, I'm trying to figure out stuff to get these guys kind of like focused
Motivated.
on something positive, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the shorties was like, I heard him like rapping, and I asked him like, you know, who is that? Like, whose lyrics are you rapping? He's like, that's me. So I'm like, you write? Like, yeah, I write. He showed me this notebook. He had like a notebook full of rhymes.
Raps. Yeah.
So I asked him, like, you ever been in the studio? And he's like, no, I never been. I'm like, you want to get in? He's like, yeah. So I reached out to some of the old people I used to know from when we were in the music business.
Okay.
And they directed me towards a studio that was free. It was this guy that was doing youth mentoring through music.
What's the name of it?
What's the name of it, man? It's my man Ad too. He's a dope MC from the South Side.
Was it on the south side?
Yeah, it's on 47th and King
Okay.
Drive. Yup.
You never mess with the guys right here on North Avenue in Ashton, street level youth?
No.
They're kind of the ones who helped me when I first, you know.
And I think they're connected.
Are they?
With that guy, because they did have a spot over here off of Ashland somewhere.
Okay.
It's the same people behind it. Anyways, we started going over there, and you know, just seeing Shorty like super nervous. I gave him a go, like let's record 10 songs and I get a video done for you. Yeah, so I gave him a go, like do 10 songs and I get a video shot for you. And I'm thinking like I'm just gonna pay somebody a few $100s to like shoot a video for this kid. And so he lived up to his end of the bargain, and he's still focused, and you know, he banged 10 songs. So when you got to like song number 8, I was calling around like, oh shit, it's time to put up.
Yeah.
So I started calling up some cameramans and like asking them, you know, what it costs to do a video. And the prices they was telling me, I was like, shit, like I don't have street money no more. You know what I'm saying? I work a 9 to 5, and that's too pricey for me. But I remember one of my friends that has a marketing company that I had been talking to a few months earlier was telling me about, you know, how good the cameras are on the iPhones, and how they were in Atlanta one time doing a commercial, and they kind of like shot a video on the fly on the iPhone. So I hit him up and I was like, hey, remember you told me about the iPhone lit? You know, you shot a video on it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, man, I need to shoot a video. I need to learn how to shoot a video, you know.
Right.
And long story short, I taught myself how to shoot videos off of iPhone.
Off of iPhone. Wow.
Bought me a stabilizer for the phone.
Wow.
And it's funny because yesterday, Cole Bennett from Lyrical Lemonade.
Yes, shout out Cole Bennett. I know Cole.
He posted on Instagram, you know, he's shooting a video on an iPhone. So I tagged the little shorties that I did the video with. I'm like, hey, tell Cole Bennett he's late. We already did that, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, and that's kind of how I got started, man. And you know, we just kept working. The visuals will start getting better. I invested in some like real equipment, you know, like off my real estate hustle that I got now, you know.
And it made sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I loved what it was about. I loved the motivation it was giving the young people, and it was giving me an opportunity to do something creative that I've always wanted to do.
Dope. Salute to you for that. Where can I mean, you know, yeah. Where, number one, tell everybody right now where to go check you out at.
Man, follow me on Instagram at Luvcitymedia.
Luvcitymedia.
L-U-V.
L-U-V, not L-O-V-E. L-U-V.
Yep. Same thing on Facebook. Same thing on YouTube.
My man is making movies now. You know, salute to you. I personally got to see the work. I don't know if you know or whatnot, but one day I don't know if it was you, but the director of the project we're working on, he called me to the side because we had to reshoot a day. You were there. You reshot. So because something about the lighting didn't match, and I was glad we did because the first take we were really just rehearsing that day, and you called us. You guys were like, "All right, great, it's good." I was like, "Whoa, we're just rehearsing." No, we don't need it no more. That's it. So the second time we gave it our 110, 50%. So I know I haven't seen that part, but we were watching. Man, I didn't even know these guys were filming a movie and editing at the same time. You know what I mean? The next day or next week we came to film again, and I got to see, and I myself have, man, thanks to the glory of God and the opportunities and great people, I got to play another big Chicago film, The Dick Part 2, about 3 or 4 years ago while I was the drug lord. So I got to see production here and production there. And it was, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, it was like looking at one of them chirp phones and then looking at the iPhone 13 Plus. You know, it's not even to the cast, you know. I let the cast come up here and talk about that whole movie, but just on the visuals and the editing, we got Chicago and everybody involved in the hip hop community and urban community. You guys got a hit coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, bro. I mean, it was just the way that whole situation just happened. The way me and my homie Bo just even linked up like that. I mean, I tell Bo all the time, bro. Like the universe is working, bro. Like just the way everything just kept, you know, laying out for ourselves. And there's a filmmaker. He's done actually like feature films that I was able to meet through the alderman in the neighborhood. I showed him a small clip.
Okay.
And one of the comments that he made, you know, he critiqued some of the stuff. Again, like we're rather kind of like new filmmakers. So we still, as good as it looks, we can still get a whole lot better. And we are going to,
yes,
and we will get a whole lot better. But one of the things that he mentioned, he's like, man, the casting is phenomenal.
Oh my God. Like,
I believe all them guys are really them guys. And I was like, I'm looking at them like, because they was really them guys, you know what I'm saying? Like they're really not acting, you know, like,
oh my
the conversation is scripted, but you know, like,
I don't think anybody even went off the lines. You heard?
Right.
It was like, this is your script, and give us a performance. And then it was all paired up. Everybody pretty much was natural. Yeah, you know, it was all natural. So you guys got a hit coming. So I want to flip this up a little bit. Well, before I do, any shout outs you want to send, man, real quick?
Man, just shout out to all the youngsters that allow me to work with them, man. All the youngsters in all the different neighborhoods, you know. I've worked with sometimes with youngsters from like opposing gangs, you know what I'm saying? And the youngsters from my neighborhood ask me, like, man, you work over there on the other side? And I tell them straight up, like, bro, the same love I got for you, I got for them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are so similar that it's crazy. Y'all listen to the same music, you guys dress the same, you guys eat the same shit. It's crazy how this city is where like you guys are trying to kill each other every day, but I get it. I was there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shout out to all them youngsters in the community that's even like allowing us to be a part of their, you know, their circle kind of, you know. And shout out to all the youngsters that allow me to shoot their video. So yeah, Izzo Nash, OTM Mexico, Zay Do Too Much, Danny Nadine. My son, which is like my production, he's part of, you know, he's like the vice president of my company, basically.
I seen him in action.
Yeah, so all these little young, I'm trying to build an army, bro, of, you know, videographers and filmmakers, man.
I love to see it. Booking. For your booking, where can they get you at? Email address.
You can email me at luvcitymedia@gmail.com, or you can inbox me on Instagram. Either one works for me.
We'll be right back with our today's topic discussion. We'll come right back. It's your boy Chris Payne. Operating worldwide already. I ain't never been with the talk shit talk. Always talking about his fault. Yeah, I'm a stand up. Yeah, I'm a bands up. You don't want to see me pissed off. Can you get some foul?
I needed that little Pepsi. We are back, man. It's your boy Prince of Pain on Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium. Those just tuning in, we had a special guest in the building, our featured filmmaker of the week. Dre is in the building representing Love City.
Yes, sir.
Dre, today I want to talk to you, man. I want to, take it somewhere else. I want to talk about something that's trending right now, and I think that me and you could relate with, maybe not with the antics and the music of either one of them, and if you do, cool, with Drake and Kanye. But what I do want to ultimately discuss, and I think we can both maybe speak on, is prison, Larry Hoover, and Jay Prince, that he's asking for Kanye and Drake to squash their beef and to help push for the release of Larry Hoover, who has been incarcerated since March 16th, 1973. He's 70 years old, and they're still holding him till this day because he's a co-founder of a crew, a Chicago Street Gang by Gangsta Disciples, the name of Gangsta Disciples. There's other people who have that have been released with a lot less leniency of time for worser crimes. You had the cop, Derek Chauvin or something like that. They gave him 22 years for, not only abusing his power, but showing to the world how powerful he was for 11 minutes and put his knee on George Floyd, rest in peace, his neck. That was brutal. And thank God for the technology that we have nowadays where everybody can just pull out a phone. And I think a lot of police officers are afraid of phones, you know what I mean?
Right.
And their own body cams,
Yep.
So, I personally, want to speak on any man that, is freedom, I believe in second chances, Larry Hoover got natural life for a murder. My mom's in her 70s, man. I help her. I'm her, her caregiver. 73 to 2021 is a couple of life sentences already. Yeah. So, I applaud Jay Prince, Kanye and Drake squashing a beef. Now that's a whole other story, what kind of beef do they got? Right. Did they shoot each other's ops or, I don't even think nobody fucked each other's bitch. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of beef can there really be? Right. Now for them to be, so high in the music industry and use their influence and power to help for the release of a man that has been incarcerated, over 40 years or something like that, is amazing. It should be brought to light. That young lady, man, I wish I pulled her name up. Remember the girl that was locked up? Was it Michelle? That she had been raped at 15 years old and killed a guy. Right. What was it? Do you recall her name? I can't remember her name, but what you're talking about. Salute to the people who helped that sister get out. She was already locked up too. She shouldn't have been locked up in the first place. Yeah. She was a minor that was being raped. So what do you personally feel, Drake, about this whole Kanye West and Drake squashing the beef, and come together with Jay Prince, a rap a lot, to get Larry Hoover out?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. Like you said, it ain't no real beef. It's just more like maybe some egos got hurt, but other than that, nobody really got hurt for real. But they definitely have a lot of influence in the culture right now, both of them. And I'm glad they got like an OG in their ear, like a Jay Prince, to maybe use that influence to do something that means something. Something that people have been fighting for a long time, which is to release like Larry Hoover.
Yes. Big ups, Jay Prince. Big ups to Kanye West, that his interview broke the internet, on Drink Chat. Salute to DJ EFN and Nori, for hosting that platform and giving artists their flowers. I rock with Drink Chat's hard. I was talking shit to EFN not too long ago about, man, what's up in Chicago, you know? I see you guys get all these rappers. I don't see Twist, I don't see Dirk. You got Kanye West, so Kanye West definitely counts. So keep on bringing on some other Chicago artists. Get Twist up in there. Get, you know, Dirk, who has broke a lot of, you know, records and billboards and, you know, has, you know, is changing his life and trying to spread the right message as well. I think that would be a dope interview. Salute to Gilly and Wallow for maintaining $1 million worth of game and all their success. You know, that did interview King Von. I don't know if he did Herb yet, but I know he did have King Von, and he focuses on the shorties and he focuses on the right message. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of OGs out here like that needed, you know what I'm saying? And you young guys who's always coming to the older brothers for, hey man, you think you can help me out with this? You think you salute them old heads, man? You gotta give it up for the old heads. Without the old heads, won't be no young heads. You know what I'm saying? So,
and salute to you, bro, for this platform that you're doing, for real, man. This is something that like I would have liked to do, you know, and you're already doing it. You know what I'm saying? This platform that you got. So salute to you too, bro.
Well, I appreciate it, bro. It's much needed. It's not pop radio because of Prince of Pain. It's pop radio because it's putting on people radio. So I try to make sure that, man, these young brothers and sisters that do not have a professional outlet to come to pop radio and get with pop radio and professionally be featured on iHeart, Spotify Premium, and not just a real quick drive-by, somebody finesse you and throw you on YouTube or Facebook and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
Actually get you out there and get 3 million or 6 million people, you know, to check you out, hear your story and inspire you, you know?
Yep.
So thank you guys for, you know, today vibing with myself and with my brother Dre. And here you youngsters, man, my message to you guys is, you know, package it, you know, all of it's sellable. You could sell lemons, you know, and make lemonade. You could sell pain, man, like the biggest precious diamonds in the world if you put that pain, you know, the right way, you know. People are selling books, people are selling music, people are, you know, selling film, people are, you know, dancing, people are doing makeup, people are, you know, acting, you know, there's a lot of things that you guys get involved in, and I know sometimes it's hard on how to escape some of this reality and trenches and stuff that, you know, some of us actually deal with, but you can channel your pain, man, you know, just gotta start somewhere, you know what I'm saying, even if it's just picking up a book and just jotting stuff down. You know what I'm saying? Just get the idea first. And you can make objectives. And then you can chase your goals at the end of the day and even figure what they are sometimes after, you know, you start productively figuring yourself out. Again, thank you very much, Dre, for coming through Pop Radio Worldwide. Again, tell the people where to follow you at and any shout outs, man, you want to send out to anybody right now.
Man, follow me on Instagram at Luvcitymedia, LUV City Media. Same thing on Facebook, same thing on YouTube. Yeah, man, shout out, like I said, shout out to Pop for having me on here today. Shout out to the whole city. Shout out to all my Latinos. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the whole culture. And before I leave, man, I brought you some Gibbs, bro. You know, I got my little merch stuff going on, man. So beautiful. I got you, you know, the Love City hoodie and the T-shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, beautiful. Let me show the camera. Let me show the camera right here. Beautiful. I need everybody. My guy's got merchandise. He's got books, taking bookings for music videos. And look at the merchandise, guys. Look at the merchandise. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that.
So when you see that logo, you know it's all love. Let me tell you a little quick story real quick before we leave, man. So it's this youngster that follows me on Instagram. You know, he's in the streets right now. You know, he's always posting wild stuff. But we've never met in person. So he inboxes me like, bro, I just seen you at the ATM.
Okay. And
I was like, man, you should have said what's up. And he's like, yeah.
I get those all the time.
He was like, he's like, yeah, I didn't want to approach you at the ATM. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm like, right. So
Not the spot you really want, you know. Hey, I know you're good. Hey, yeah, I get it.
yeah, so I tell him, like, man, next time just say Love City, and I know it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he's like, bet I got you. Yeah.
Listen, man, it's been another beautiful capsule here on Pop Radio Worldwide, iHeartRadio, Spotify Premium. Much love from your boy Prince of Pain and Dre in Love City. To all our listeners, have a good one, guys. You know it.